Welcome back to Behind the Glass. Since the inception of this show, our facilities and processes have evolved. It's all part of the innovation DNA built into the fabric of our organization. In this episode, we're going to be touring our latest expansion building, which now houses all of our small parts lamination, upholstery, and some of the supporting departments. Stick around as we go behind the glass. Let's kick things off with a short recap of our old small parts lamination department. Back in episode 4, we showed you the basics of laminating the different boxes that get attached to the deck. At the time, the entire department was inside our main lamination facility. While this proximity was ideal for many reasons, it wasn't conducive to the volume or new manufacturing techniques we were looking to introduce. The main lamination department was fighting for space as our model offerings continued to get larger. These new larger molds needed a place to live and enough space around them to pull the parts out safely. In addition to our small parts department, we also had the mold maintenance team sharing the same space. We have a full overview of mold maintenance in a different episode this season, but it's now a dedicated area. The newest expansion to our plant gives us a state-of-the-art small parts lamination department capable of supplying the hundreds of small parts that we need on the daily. An overview of the facility shows several distinct areas that specialize in different manufacturing techniques and speeds. Peeking around the building, you'll notice a state-of-the-art ventilation system that allows for a climate-controlled lamination department, a first of its kind for us. This brings superior control over not only the ambient temperature, but also other factors like humidity. These factors are critical to producing the highest quality fiberglass parts. Along the back wall, we have all of the consoles and leaning post molds. As you may recall from a previous episode, some consoles require a second part to be bonded to the inside for a finished interior. This is accomplished in this area as well, using an overhead crane. You will also notice in this area that the department has its own dedicated cut and grind booth. This was crucial for attaining the efficiency that we needed. Once these consoles and leaning posts are trimmed to final dimensions, they make their way to a sub-assembly right around the corner. This is another revamped area for the assembly process. This department rigs a console, hardtop frame, and fiberglass top together from start to finish. They first rig all the hardtop components on the fiberglass shell. Another team is getting the electrical components installed on the console. Notice that all the cables end in a Deutsch waterproof connector. The deck harnesses have the opposite ends waiting for the console to be installed. Next, the hardtop frame is installed, followed by the pre-assembled hardtop. To complete this sub-assembly, they will bond the glass and clamp it into place until it's cured. The completed consoles can be delivered to the assembly line and installed on the awaiting boats on the other side in one motion, making this process extremely efficient. The improved console flow has been key as we've standardized hardtops and windshield glass on all of our models. Advancements throughout our manufacturing processes are a daily occurrence for us, and innovation is at the core of everything that we do. One technique that has had tremendous impact in our manufacturing is the use of close molding techniques. We've shown our resin vacuum infusion methods and our LiDAR TM processes, but we've brought in another great technique that merges the two. This new process is a blend of vacuum infusion, but with a twist. Instead of creating extra waste material with a one-time use bag, we can utilize a reusable silicone bag. The cycle for a small parts mold begins at the mold maintenance department. And due to the high quantity levels of this department, an imperfection in the mold wouldn't be discovered until many parts would have been produced. This is the reasoning why every mold goes through an inspection at the start of each cycle. The team member is inspecting for any damage, debris, and overall condition of the mold. If any corrections need to be made, they will be taken care of at this stage. They will also ensure that there is a proper amount of release agent before moving it to the next area. To compare, our other large part molds get pulled out for inspection and maintenance every 15 to 20 pulls. The mold then moves into the masking area in preparation for the first layer, the gel coat. The mold is wheeled into the spray booth where multiple parts will be sprayed at the same time. At this stage, all spraying has been completed for this cycle, and it's time to start dry loading the fiberglass and coring materials. Similar to infusion, the fiberglass and coring materials are precision cut in one of our CNC machines, ensuring a perfect fit for the tight tolerances required to manufacture a high-quality infused part. Some of the materials even require special tooling to add 45-degree chamfers and other special edging that allows the resin to flow within the mold properly. These features wouldn't be possible without the aid of our CNC department. The technicians collect the necessary materials to complete the dry loading process for the mold and proceed to assemble them into place. Starting with a layer of fiberglass. Using contact adhesive as a temporary bond, each piece is carefully laid in place. Next is the layer of coring material that will provide strength and insulation in our parts. Followed by another layer of fiberglass to complete dry loading. In a typical infusion methodology, the team would use a one-time plastic bag to cover the mold and apply the vacuum pressure. But this is where we divert. For our silicone bagging process, we use a reusable formed silicone piece instead. They are molded to fit the contours of the mold perfectly and apply even pressure throughout. The bags are fitted with permanent resin and vacuum ports that make it a breeze to connect to our overhead vacuum system. The overhead vacuum system is another improvement in this area. It provides all the vacuum needs to run dozens of parts at the same time. At the center of each of these assemblies, you'll find the automated resin feed machine. Based on data from engineering, each mold has been assigned a number of strokes, which equates to the perfect amount of resin for that mold. The machine will automatically disperse the perfect amount to the mold with incredible accuracy. The part will remain under vacuum until it's cured. The part is now ready to be pulled out of the mold. The team carefully removes the silicone bag and starts the demolding process, always paying close attention to not damage or mark any of the mold surfaces. The part will make its way into the dedicated cut and grind booth, and the mold makes its way back to mold maintenance to start the cycle all over. The improvements in efficiency and quality in this department have led to an incredible 168% improvement in output, with the added bonus of almost no waste in materials. Our new building expansion also features a more streamlined upholstery department. The new layout has built-in space for raw materials waiting to be cut. This proximity makes it very convenient for the operators. The CNC machining area consists of two primary functions, cutting and stitching. For the cutting side, this machine makes quick work of cutting the intricate patterns required to complete a cushion set out of side leather. It also cuts mesh material for cushion undersides. The CNC quilter stitches together the panels used to cut the accent diamond sections in our upholstery. Around the outside of the upholstery department, we have our sewers. The dedicated and highly skilled operators in this area sew together the patterns cut by the CNC machine earlier. Once complete, they have made what's called a skin. A skin is the outermost area of a cushion that wraps the foam and other materials. The process of installing and stretching the skins over the formed foam is performed by coverers. The coverers will apply force and heat in the form of steam to tightly wrap the foam in the side leather skins. Utilizing staples, they will permanently attach the underside of the hard base, completing the cushion. From here, the cushions are sorted into sets, representing a complete boat cushion assembly, and wheeled to the main assembly where a boat awaits the new set of cushions. Installation is quick and precise due to the extensive use of CNC machines that carefully pre-cut, drill holes, and install mounting brackets throughout the process. Everything comes together at this stage. The pursuit for continuous improvement at the Sportsman manufacturing facility is a never-ending cycle. As we tackle each area, we discover opportunities to make our processes better and more efficient. These efforts greatly improve the environment of each team member while driving higher quality and innovation. We hope you've enjoyed this episode of Behind the Glass, and as always, don't forget to subscribe for the latest episodes and other content from Sportsman Boats. Thank you for watching.